On Thursday evening, to close out this year's 2024 Republican National Convention, Donald Trump gave a rambling 93-minute speech, breaking his own record for the longest acceptance speech at a Republican convention ever. And his speech was so filled with lies that the real-time fact-checkers, including the great Daniel Dale at CNN, couldn't even keep up with it. In fact, Dale did a segment with CNN's Jake Tapper following the speech where he didn't even have time to list all of the lies that Donald Trump told. But he did go ahead and debunk as many as he could in 2 minutes. So here's a quick list. First of all, Donald Trump, as he usually does, had claimed, quote, "The world was at peace. Our opponents inherited a world at peace and turned it into a planet of war. We're in a planet of war. The whole world was at peace, and now the world is blowing up around us." So Daniel Dale, addressing that lie first, said, quote, "This is false. Trump did not achieve world peace when he was president, certainly wasn't at peace when he left office. There were active wars or armed conflicts in dozens of nations in 2020, 51 by research institutions count, and then 51 again in 2021. Yemen, Syria, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Israeli-Iranian conflict, a war in Ethiopia." He said, I can go on, but I got to get to the other lies, including... He repeated his usual lie about Democrats having cheated in the 2020 election. It's nonsense. He said crime is going up. The opposite is true. It's gone sharply down in 2023 and early 2024. It's now lower than it was under Trump in 2020. He said we have the worst inflation we've ever had. Again, not even close. It's 3% right now, and the record in the U.S. is 23.7. He said there was no inflation under his presidency, which of course is untrue. It was 8% for his total presidency. He said cost of groceries has gone up by 57% under Biden. It's actually 21%, and that's corporate greed, not something Biden did. He said Democrats are proposing to quadruple people's taxes. That's imaginary. But anyway, he kind of ended there, mentioned a little bit more about the tax lies. But the point is, Donald Trump lied his face off throughout that entire speech. And the crowd, and this is the other part of the story, apparently didn't even want to hear it. Donald Trump spoke for so long that even his own advisors were saying, we have got to stop having him talk without time limits here. People in the audience, according to the reporters who were present, some fell asleep, others were playing games on their phones, and others just said to hell with it and walked out while Donald Trump was speaking. It was low energy, right? He did not have the same vigor that Trump usually does at his rallies. Nope, just a boring old man spouting off the same lies that he has told 100 times in the past, and he'll tell them 100 more again, and nobody wanted to hear it. Now that's got to be humiliating for Donald Trump. This was his big night, right? This is his closing statement to the American public. And he botched it. He essentially turned the whole thing into a freak show with that Hulk Hogan introduction, but it didn't sit well with the public. He didn't land it. It didn't even sit well with his own supporters. They didn't like it. In fact, Fox News on Friday morning brought in a Trump supporter who was at the rally, at the convention. It may as well be a rally. And he's like, yeah, I didn't like it. Like, it was way too long. It was boring. So even Trump's own supporters couldn't stand what he was saying, and the fact checkers were so busy that they couldn't even keep up with it. That's how bad Trump's speech was on Thursday night. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena, and Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet, so please don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.